All right, who's here on Kimberly Villanueva? Hi.
Smells really good right here.
That's Vashon's brain. Court is calling 2024 CR 009591, State of Texas versus Kimberly Villanueva. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Andrew Harris Edelman.
for the defense?
Danielle Cranberg?
And are you Miss Villanueva?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record for a moment. All right, we're back on the record. Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
I have, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Villanueva, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record. Excuse me, Mr. Folsom. Mr. Folsom, you're talking too loud. We're on the record. That's okay. All right, and it'd probably be best that you have a seat. All right, we're back on the record. Ms. Villanueva, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You're charged with the offense of theft of property less than $2,500, 2 or more previous convictions. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
I'm sorry.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into this plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe that she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Ms. Villanueva, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. The state recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration AL 2181212. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution, no contact with Walmarts in Bexar County, and Andrea Macedo, Macedo, the MRT, and the anti-theft course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Honor. We would ask for the court to follow the agreement. She is willing to do the probation. She is not currently employed, but she is seeking employment. She does have call center experience. She's hoping to get another work from home job at a call center and to help take care of her father, who is currently sick.
All right. So I have a question for you. You say you're taking care of your father, is that correct?
Not really. He's actually has cancer, so he's dying of cancer already.
I'm sorry, what?
He's dying of cancer. He has stage 4 liver cancer.
All right, so my question is, are you taking care of
No,
him?
ma'am. That was a misstatement on my part, Judge. I guess I mean to spend time with him while she can.
All right. So here's the other question. When's the last time you had employment?
Last year at Speedy's Exchange. What Speedy Exchange? Yes, ma'am.
Doing what?
Call center, telephone representative.
All right, why do you continue to steal?
Because I haven't been able to get a job due to my
No.
felonies, my history. But I'm still seeking for employment, ma'am.
No, this is not the first time you're stealing. I'm trying to figure out your go-to is stealing. What if everybody who didn't have a job decided to steal? So you have prior theft cases, and they were all state jail felonies. So why do you continue to steal? And according to this, you've been stealing since 2014, and you just want to stop stealing. So you're stealing and you're using drugs. Why is this?
Well, the past, yes, my last ones, yes, ma'am. I was an addict. I'm no longer using. I've been sober for quite a couple of years already. I did have a fallback to say, that one time with this recent case that I have. But I haven't picked up a charge since 2013 for theft. I've been,
No,
I've been-
not since 2013, because you have this and this is from 2023.
right, that was the most recent one, yes, ma'am.
So
But
why do you
prior-
keep stealing? It's still not answering my question. I don't understand.
I was going through some personal issues at the moment with my kids,
With what?
with my kids being taken away.
Okay,
So I went to what I knew best.
but your children, were they taken away because you Were you using drugs?
No, ma'am, for allegations.
What allegations?
Of using drugs and then not. What was it? Like using drugs, basically.
All right, for using drugs. So when were they taken away from you?
That's it.
And who are they staying with?
They're, they've been adopted.
All right, so your rights were terminated. So here's my question. And you know yourself better than I know you, better than your attorney knows you. Do you really think you're going to do well at this probation? Because you had a choice to do what you needed to do and have custody of your children, and you chose to commit thefts and continue to use.
Yes, ma'am, because I didn't have to get my children back, but,
I'm sorry, what?
yes, I do, I feel like the probation was with me, right, I will, do my complete probation, I completed probation before, successfully. Again, I had a fall, I had a tip, you know, I'm not trying to go back to that lifestyle, I'm just trying to do right, but times are hard.
And if you're drug tested today, and you will be, what is the results going to be? Tell the truth.
I'll be, positive for marijuana.
And what else?
Marijuana.
So you're telling me when you're drug tested today, you're only going to be positive for marijuana? So if I send you across the hallway to get drug tested, I mean, that can happen today. And you're saying it's just going to be marijuana. All right. We can have a drug test done. Is there anything you want to say before I send you to go do your drug test? All right, so I'm going to find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. We're going to recall this for tomorrow. She's going to do a drug test today.
You can tell her that.
I'm sorry, not tomorrow. We're going to, is there something she wants to say?
There is, Your Honor.
Oh, what would you wish to say to the court? I'm sorry, what?
I'm putting on my 10 positive for the drug involved.
And what would that be? All right, so why are you playing games with me? Well, no, that means you were dishonest with the court. I asked you, what would you be positive for? You said marijuana, nothing else. I told you I could send you right across the hallway to get drug tested, and you said, please do. You know, send me. I'm not going to be positive for anything else. So now you're telling me it's going to be meth. When's the last time you used meth? All right. And what else? All right. And who are you living with?
Currently, am I going with my grandmother?
And how many children does she have living with her other than you?
No.
So if probation goes out there at that house, you're going to tell me that there are not going to be any minors at that house. So who all is in the house?
So it's just myself and my husband.
I'm sorry, who?
Myself and my husband.
At your grandmother's house.
My grandmother's deceased. She passed, like she's passed away last year in December, but it's her house. I believe we were staying there at her house. It's her property.
So I'm confused. She said she's living with her grandmother.
No, she's living at her
Grandmother's.
grandmother's house.
No, beforehand, she's like, I'm living with my grandmother. So now she's staying at her grandmother's house. And it's just her and her husband at her grandmother's house.
Yeah, I guess I missed the part where she said she was staying with her grandmother.
Okay.
I didn't hear that part. I just heard grandmother's house. But
So it's just you and your husband at your grandmother's house. And there are no children at that location. And how often is he using?
I think it isn't you.
Okay, usually when people use, the people they're with usually use.
He doesn't do, but he's not. He doesn't do.
All right, I'm gonna place you on probation, but I'm telling you right now, probation is gonna make visits at that location. Do you understand? All right. Court is gonna sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. taking consideration AL 2181212. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. There's going to be a TAP evaluation, follow all TAP recommendations. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with Walmarts, and that means any Walmart. There's to be no contact with Andrea Macedo, the MRT, CATS 1 and CATS 2. Field visits one time per month for 6 months. We can do a referral to felony drug court. You need to make sure you make all of those appointments to felony drug court. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution and 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you in this court to be successful on probation. Communication is key, okay? All right, good luck.